welcome to a different session here. Here, what we're going to talk about is now there are a lot of signal providers out there. So what we're going to talk about is how to break down a signal, right? Let's say you're in a group, you're in a free group or whatever the case may be, and you're getting signals in that group, and you want to know that if this signal is actually the kind of trade you want to take, or will this trade really make sense? So we're going to go over so we're going to go over two signals here that were given in a random group chat, and we're going to try to break it down to maybe like open your eyes, or maybe like try to give some educational perspective to see that if you do get a signal, what's the best way to break it down to say that, okay, maybe this is not the right trade for me so far. So let's start with GBP/JPY, and we're going to go to our trading view over here to GBP/JPY. So first of all, this was the area. Now let's go back here. So see here, we had the bullish candle, then we had the bearish candle here forming. So this is the area where the selling signal was given, right? So this is the area where the selling signal was given. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we start with the daily time frame. So we're going to see if this signal actually makes sense. So we start off with the daily time frame. So the daily is bullish. So you know when you stand at a bus stand, right? You stand at a bus stand and you want to go left, and all the buses are going right. Are you going to jump on the bus that goes right, or are you going to wait for the bus that goes left? Obviously, you're going to wait for the bus that goes left. So same thing here. Candles are bullish. Their daily candle is bullish. Your 4-hour time frame is bullish. However, 4-hour chart is approaching some sort of a resistance right over here, right? So this could mean that price may go down, but we need to see some sort of confirmations that if price is going to go down. So let's look at the 1-hour time frame. So we're looking at the 1-hour time frame right now. Seems like this 1-hour candle just closed and the 1-hour created support, right? We have our support forming on the 1-hour time frame. So we will adjust our resistance right over here. Perfect. So this is the area where the signal seller indicated to take a sell position. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to see that if this selling makes sense, or how would you want to sell. So first of all, what you would need to do is you would need to wait for this support to break in order to take a sell. And if price does come down, it's going to come down to a much stronger support area, which was made during a London close. So for price to go further, it will need to break this support. So taking a sell before price broke support, I think it's a very, very bad idea. So let's see how this forms here. So price is moving, price came down to support. If candle closes above this area, the support is established. There we go. Support is established. Now we're walking into the Asian session here. So going to the 1-hour time frame now, we have a resistance on the 1-hour, right? So candles are still bullish. So, you know, there's still no selling confirmation. There's still no buying confirmation because we need a break above this area to take a buy. You know, but the signal providers are still in sells. So let's see what happens here. Candle broke up and closed above this resistance, right? So now a better idea is going to be that, okay, maybe selling is no longer valid. We've broken resistance, we've respected support, and maybe now the next candle is going to retest and continue heading bullish. So let's take a look what happens, and we eventually do go bullish. We do a retest, we go bullish. So this is the way how you could have broken down the selling signal from the signal provider and say that, okay, maybe this was not the right time to take a sell. So hope this was this idea here was educational. Let's look at the second idea that was given out. This was GBP AUD so cheeky. So we're going to go down to this chart and we're going to see if this selling idea, actually this was a buy. This buying idea actually made sense. So we go over to GBP AUD, and this was the area where the buying idea was sent out. So first of all, we do the same thing. We start off with the weekly. Weekly is bearish. We go to the daily. Daily is also heavy bearish. It does seem that we might be coming down to this area right down over here. Since candles are heading down, we look for sells. We don't look for buys, right? We look at the 4-hour. 4-hour is also very bearish. So looks to me what's going on over here is that, first of all, let's say if this buying signal just came in. buying signal just came in, so now you're going to say, okay, I'm going to make sense if it does make sense or not. So there was a level that was broken right around over here, and then we have another resistance right around over here. We have a resistance here, right? So a better buying opportunity is going to be above this area, because if price breaks above this area, you have clean candles going up towards 2.0200 to 2000, and then eventually all the way up to 2.03500. So let's see how this played out. And eventually, if we do break support, then is a clean candle to the left that we may start to come down. So let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame and let's see how this played out here. So we're going to keep an eye on these levels. Looking at the 1 hour, price should come up to this area here because the daily is still bearish. So we're going to keep an eye on the daily time frame here and on the 1 hour time frame here as well, because for the daily to continue down, we need a lower high made, because we already have a high made over here. So let's see how this played out. We have consolidation. Price is creating some sort of support. We had a move up. This was the news. So news propped price up, right? So see how news propped price up. We created new support right here. We created a support. Price went up. It tapped into this liquidity area, which on the 30-minute you can see clearly. Candles came up, made a wick. So if price made a wick, so this becomes a very, very strong area, right? So this is a strong resistance formed in an overall daily downtrend, right? So now if you go to the 30-minute here again and we keep on playing, see what happens if we do get a reaction from the support, and price is moving, and eventually we will have a reaction from the support. Support was formed, price went up to the same strong resistance. Now if you look on the daily time frame, you will see that daily has indeed tapped into the support, right? And if you go down to the 30-minute, now price is still forming. We're still continuing, and we rejected that area. And now looking at the 4-hour time frame, now we see that the support is formed on the 4-hour time frame and the resistance has been formed in the 4-hour time frame. So when this happens in a downtrend, price is most likely to go down, bearish. So this was the news that occurred, and you can see how this one candle broke up, the next candle came right back down, because we need this area to break. So when news happened, so this was really, really good for the Australian dollar. This was really good for the Australian dollar, and now we start to come down because overall trend was bearish. And if you look at the daily is continuing to head bearish, and we are currently at this level. So now obviously it does make sense when price is now making lower highs, lower lows. We do continue to move down, and then this way you can see how you had levels mapped out. Of course, price did go into some sort of a profit, but then overall the time frames were bearish. We had bearish momentum. I hope this has opened your eyes to some sort of important concepts like, zones and waiting for the candles to close and looking at the higher time frames and actually waiting for candles to turn in your direction before executing a trade. Hope everyone stays well and does well, and hope no one's overtrades. We'll see you later.